Come back. Students, we have started metal and non-metal, and in this chapter we have completed the physical properties of the metal. We have discussed that what is physical properties and how the physical state of metal and non-metal are different from each other. If we see, metals are generally solid, whereas non-metals are generally solid as well as gases, and exceptions are there. Then luster, metal are lustrous, whereas non-metal are non-lustrous. They cannot be polished. And if we talk about hardness, then metals are hard, whereas non-metals are soft. Then density, density means mass per unit volume. Metals have high density, whereas non-metals have very low density. And if we talk about color, then most of the metals are white or silver grey in color, whereas the non-metals are mostly colorless. The gases are colorless, whereas bromine, iodine are colored. Then we have read about malleability, and I have explained you the ability of any metals to be beaten into thin sheet. That property is called malleability. And gold and silver was on the top. Then we have discussed about ductility. Ductility means the property by which the metal can be easily drawn into thin wires. Okay. Then we have done conductivity. Conductivity means the tendency of any metal to pass through anything. If it is passing heat, then it is thermal conductive, and if it is passing electricity, then it is electrical conductive. Okay. Then we have done that metals are sonorous in nature. Sonorous means whenever the metals are struck to a hard surface, they start producing sound. And today, now in this video, we will do the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Student, physical property and chemical properties are totally different from each other. Physical properties can easily be seen by our eyes, whereas chemical properties means how any element, whether it is metal or non-metal, react with any other substance, isn't it? For example, the first chemical property of metal is whenever metal react with oxygen, they form metal oxide. What they form? They form metal oxide. And the metallic oxide formed have the nature basic. And basic, you know that basic solution will turn red litmus into blue. So always remember that whenever metal and oxygen, here it was written wrong, it will come oxygen. Whenever metal and oxygen react with each other, they always form metal oxide. Then burning of magnesium. Here example were given that if we take magnesium ribbon, okay, and when we burn this magnesium ribbon with oxygen, then what I am going to get? We are going to get MgO. And what is the chemical name of MgO? Magnesium oxide. And which will burn, the magnesium ribbon will always burn with a white dazzling flame, and a white color powder is formed. White dazzling means a white color light having very shine. You must have seen when the crackers are burned, then they have different shining substance are coming out from that. Magnesium is one of them. Magnesium is also used for making crackers. Then come to burning of sodium. Sodium is very reactive in nature. Whenever it comes in contact with oxygen, it readily forms sodium oxide. And what is the formula of sodium oxide? Na2O. And do you know that since sodium catches fire very easily whenever it is kept in open, so we used to keep the sodium store in kerosene, okay, so that it will not come in contact with oxygen or air or water, okay. Then come to non-metals. Whenever non-metals react with oxygen, they always form non-metallic oxide, okay. If you see, the oxide formed have the nature acidic, and acidic means they will turn blue litmus to red whenever they are mixed with water. So we can take example of burning of carbon. Whenever carbon is burned, means any fuel is burned. Whenever any fuel is burned, it always contain carbon, and when carbon react with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide. Then we can take burning of sulfur also as an example. When S plus O2 gives, always it will form SO2. And what is SO2? It is sulfur dioxide. And when these oxides are mixed in water, they form carbonic oxide as well as sulfurous oxide. And you must have remembered about acid rain. Do you know that these two acids are formed when the CO2 and SO2 gas mix with water? What type of gas it will be formed? Carbonic oxide as well as sulfurous acid. Carbonic acid and sulfurous acid. And what is the formula? Carbonic means H2CO3 and sulfurous means H2SO3. Okay. Now, very good activities explained here, that how to examine metallic oxides are basic in nature. Here you can see in the setup, one burner is there, and we have taken magnesium ribbon with a pair of tongs. Okay, it is suggested that not to take the magnesium ribbon directly to the hand. With the help of tongs, you can hold the magnesium ribbon and start burning it. So what will happen? And before burning, we have to rub this magnesium ribbon with sandpaper. Do you know what is sandpaper? Sandpaper you must have seen whenever the whitewash started at your home. The person who is doing whitewash, he always rub the walls with the sandpaper, or you can say zero paper or regmark paper. All these are the name of sandpaper only. Okay. Before burning magnesium ribbon, we will rub the upper surface of magnesium to remove all the impurities present on it. Okay. Then after that, with the help of pair of tongs, we can burn it with all safety measures. We should wear the glasses also, so that the fire will not affect our eyes, and with the precautions, you are not suggested to do this. Only with the help of teacher you can do this. Okay. So what we see, that whenever magnesium ribbons start burning, it form white dazzling flame and white powder is formed. And do you know this white powder is magnesium oxide? Collect this white powder on watch glass, okay, and add some few drops of water. Then what will happen? The oxide will mix with water, isn't it? And when we check, then what will happen? The red litmus paper turns blue and blue remains same. Okay. And you know that the things which change the red color into blue, then their nature is basic. Okay. So what we conclude? We conclude that the burning of magnesium ribbon and then forming hydroxide, it is basic in nature. The red litmus changes to blue. Okay. So I think this property is clear to you. Let us do another property, another activity. This another activity explained that non-metallic oxides are basic in nature. For showing this, you can take the material required suggested: sulfur powder, spatula, burner, gas jar to collect gas, and a lid to cover the gas jar, distilled water along with watch glass and litmus paper. What you have to do? You have to take a spoon and add sulfur powder to it. Okay. When we take this deflagrated spoon, hold the spoon over the flame. Then what will happen? The sulfur start burning, and whenever sulfur start burning, we have to collect the sulfur dioxide in a jar. And how we can do it? We can keep that spoon inside the glass jar and cover the mouth of that jar to collect the fumes of sulfur dioxide. And when we add distilled water to it, what will happen? It will form a solution. Okay, gas dissolve in water, and when we test that solution, then what we observe? We observe that the blue litmus turns red and the red remain red. It shows that the nature of sulfur forms is what? Is acidic in nature. Okay. Here we have done two activities. In previous activity we have checked metal, and whenever metal burn with oxygen and mix in water, then it turns red litmus to blue. It indicate that the basic solution is formed. And when we have taken sulfur, and when sulfur is heated with oxygen and mixed in water, then what will happen? The blue litmus changes to red. It shows that acidic solution is formed and the change in litmus paper takes place. Okay. Then reaction with water. Whenever metal react with water, they form metal hydroxide or metal oxide along with hydrogen gas. You know that the copper, silver, gold, platinum, they do not react. And since they are not reacting, therefore we usually use such type of metals in our daily life, isn't it? The silver, gold and platinum is also used for making jewelries. If they react with water, then can we wear them? No. So only few reactive metals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, like such type of metals can react, and they will show a large amount of heat is evolved out, and such type of metals which shows these reactions, and these reactions are called to be exothermic. What is exo? Exo means the heat is coming out. Thermal means heat. Exo means external. Thermic means heat. The reaction in which heat is coming out or evolved out, such type of reactions are called exothermic reaction. Regarding sodium, in the beginning also I have told you that sodium is very reactive. It start even burning with oxygen when put in air. Then you can imagine that whenever it is put with water, then what it will form? It will form sodium hydroxide along with hydrogen gas. Okay, and the formation of hydrogen gas is means that an explosive gas is formed which readily catches fire. And next example is given of magnesium ribbon. Okay, so what magnesium ribbon will do? Magnesium ribbon when burn with when mixed with this water, hot water, not simple water, then it will form magnesium oxide with water. So I think the property of metal is clear to you, that what will happen when metal react with oxygen. Metal react with oxygen, it will form metal oxide, and whenever non-metal react with oxygen, it will form non-metallic oxide. And two activities we have done. And when metal react with water, it form metal hydroxide or metal oxide. And two examples I have explained you. In next of video, we are going to do corrosion. So till now you revise and write do practice of all the reactions given in your book. Thank you. Have a nice day.